Hello everyone. In previous lecture we finished the three circulatory disturbances. These are the hyperemia, ischemia and thrombosis. And in today's lecture we are going to discuss the one more circulatory disturbance is embolism. So today we are going to finish this definition of embolism, sources of embolism and causes and effect of embolism. But before going to start the topic of embolism, I want to tell about once more the definition of circulatory disturbances. What is a circulatory disturbances? Circulatory disturbances means anything can cause the disturbances in normal circulation. Normal circulation means is the pulmonary circuit and the systematic circuit. Any abnormalities produced in two circuit, they produce a circulatory disturbances. So our today's topic is embolism. But what is a embolism? Actually, embolism, it is a fraction of thrombus. And here is a diagram of thrombosis. Here is the first diagram is a formation of the thrombus, then settlement of thrombus, and then if they leave their original location, the thrombus is known as the embolism. So why it produce and why it leave its location? Because the WBCs produce lytic enzyme and convert the thrombus into a number of small fractions, and each fraction is known as a embolus. Here is another definition of thrombosis. It is the impaction of blood vessels by any insoluble material present in the blood vascular system during lifetime of organism. Here is the during lifetime of organism is important because circulatory disturbances produced in the lifetime of our organism, but post-mortal changes is different than the lifetime changes, because after post-mortal changes is blood is like jelly like, not a formation of thrombus. So it is a one of most important thing. These all circulatory disturbances seen during a lifetime of an organism. This is the definition of embolism. So this, what is the sources of emboli? So sources are the two main sources of embolism. These are the intracellular origin and next one is the extracellular origin. So intracellular is a thromboembolism. So we discuss about the thromboembolism. They leave their location and develop into small fraction. These are the thromboembolism. Then next one is the antheromatous tissue. These are the two types of intracellular emboli. But then there are the many extracellular origin are also like a solid, liquid and gases. Solid are divided into bacteria. Bacteria also form the emboli. Then silk, wool, with the inhalation of the silk or wool, they also produce the emboli. Then liquids are fat, amniotic fluid. These are also the extracellular origin, and this form is a liquid. Then gases origin, gases like air. So if you admitted in hospital, there are the doctors are preventions. So they take a good preventions to remove the air from your injection, because the ear is causes the embolism. So nitrogen is also one more cause of the embolism. These are all sources of embolism. Types of embolism. So types is depend on the emboli are produced throughout the circulatory system, but they show a peculiar organization, and so far as impaction is concerned, according to their blockage, their localization site is decided as the type. So if the types are depending on the location. So pulmonary emboli. Pulmonary emboli, a condition in which one or more arteries in the lungs become blocked by a blood clot. These are known as a pulmonary emboli. Then next one is arterial emboli. So arterial emboli is a produce obstruction in artery. So another one is a paradoxical emboli. So paradoxical emboli are produced in systemic vein and right side of heart, but instead of pulmonary artery they block the systemic artery, and as if they are crossing from right to left side of heart, it is the effect of foramen ovale. But what is a foramen ovale? Actually foramen ovale is a small hole located in the septum which is wall between the two upper chambers of the heart, means atria. Then before a baby is born, it does not use its lung to get blood rich in oxygen. So foramen ovale is play an important role to supply oxygen to baby in the before birth. These are the paradoxial emboli. I mean its effect is a foramen ovale. Then next one is a retrograde emboli. But what is a foramen ovale? After the birth, the foramen ovale is closed. But if because of that the paradoxial emboli, foramen ovale does not close. Then next one is a retrograde emboli. So retrograde emboli are the emboli which passes in direction opposite to blood flow, and it is a type of emboli mostly is paravertebral and long thoracic vein are involved, and in this process the blockage, the normal block flow is the form of the paravertebral vein in the vertebral vein, and during this producing coughing, sneezing, vomiting and the intrathoracic pressure, and it is suddenly increases and which reserved in the blood flow, and hence embolus is throws in the comparatively small blood vessels causing blockage. These are the retrograde emboli. Retrograde emboli means are the emboli which passes in direction opposite to blood flow. These are the four type of the emboli. Then one is venous emboli. So venous embolism and pulmonary embolism are basically synonymous, because pulmonary embolism occur when a thrombus breaks off from an area and move to block the main artery leading to the lungs, and this thrombus typically begins in the femoral vein, and as it blocks blood flow to the lungs it causes a chest pain, low blood oxygen, rapid heart rate and even sudden death. So venous embolism and pulmonary embolism is fatal. These are the one more type of embolism. Another one is a fat emboli. So fat emboli, it is produced due to the multiple fractures and which causes injury to subcutaneous tissue and the intravenous injection or oily substances, because the oily substances cannot soluble in our blood. So it produces the fat emboli. So fat embolus mostly affect the lungs and capillaries, due to which part of lung become inactive or gases transports. So these are these are also produce fatal effect. So another one is a ear embolus. Then ear embolus, it produced during the operation of neck and chest region, because when accidentally large vein of neck are punctured, hence ear suck inside them, and these blood vessels usually show a negative blood pressure and which causes a sucking of ear and bubbling in the blood, and this bubble then enter into the right side of the heart, because right side is the receiving chamber of deoxygenated blood, and due to this churning action of heart, the fourth is formed, and the fourth is the divided into the different small pieces, and this more embolus as produced, and these more ear embolus are transfer into our systemic circulation and they produce a blockage. So ear embolus is also harmful. Last one is a nitrogen embolism. But what is a nitrogen embolism? Nitrogen gas is used in the deep sea diver, high altitude airplanes pilot. So nitrogen dissolve in water as the pressure over gas increases when the divers dives inside the water, and pressure increases by atmosphere for each 33 feet, means 33 feet in depth, and the pressure is increases. So slowly removing of the divers is most important, but if the divers remains at the bottom of sea, is no ill effect is seen, but when it quickly leave the bottom, pressure suddenly decreases. So if the pressure suddenly decreases, the less amount of the gas is held in our blood and remaining nitrogen bubbles out in the blood, introducing the nitrogen embolus. So these are the very fatal in the high altitude, because the nitrogen is slightly miscible with water, but the in air, so risk factor is also increases in high altitude. So these are the last type of embolism, is a nitrogen embolism. Then many causes of the embolism. So causes is inherited blood clotting abnormalities, in major surgeries, hip or leg fractures, standing or sitting still for long period, because the negative pressure of blood is decreases due to the standing or sitting position. Velocity of blood is decreases due to these things, and such as a long planned trip of car ride. So long trip of car ride is also decreases our blood pressure. Then blood velocity. Then another cause is a cancer, obesity, smoking, having a history of heart attack or stroke in our family, then pregnancy, taking birth pill controls. These all are causes of embolism, and this because of that the produce of the emboli in our body. Then effect of emboli is depend upon the uh, four factors: size of blood vessels, type of organ affected, amount of collateral circulation, and nature of embolus. If the size of why size of the blood vessels? If the major blood vessels of organ is affected by embolus, it produces the serious effect in the organ. But if the small blood vessels or capillary is affected by embolus, there is a midest type of damage is produced. So circulation in the blood vessels, in major blood vessels or large blood vessels is large. So depend upon the size of blood vessel is the most important. Then next one is a type of organ affected. In vital organ is affected by embolus, produce a serious effect, vital organs. And if less vital organ like skin is affected, will produce a mild or moderate damage. So if the kidney is affected, there is a severe damage. But if skin is affected, will produce a mild or moderate type of damage. Then another type depend on the amount of collateral circulation. Collateral circulation is nothing but the availability of alternate blood vessel to the organ. So alternate flow is most important. Here is the example of the heart bypass. Then it is most important thing of the amount of collateral circulation, and collateral circulation is available, effect is either mild or moderate. And if the collateral circulation is not available, there is effect is a severe. So another is the nature of embolus. So it effect is also depend on the nature of embolus. If the emboli is a group of bacteria or pathogen which can multiply or can produce by their metabolic byproducts, and these metabolic byproducts is harmful because they produce endotoxin, exotoxin, and which can increase the intensity of damage, are known as a septic emboli. And septic emboli can cause severe damage to organ or tissue as compared to the aseptic emboli. So nature of embolus is also important to affect the our body or affect the specific organ. These effects of emboli depend on these all factors, and these effects, first is the odema. Odema, it may be defined as an abnormal and excessive accumulation of free fluid in the intestinal tissue spaces and serous cavity. And odema has a two main type. First one is a localized and second one is a generalized. Localized divided into two types: lymphatic odema and inflammatory odema. Lymphatic odema means the lymph are affected, lymphatic systems are affected due to the excessive accumulation of the free fluid, and because of the excessive accumulation of free fluid, the inflammation takes place. These are the two types of the localized odema. Then generalized odema is also divided into three types. First one is a renal odema, second one is a cardiac odema, and third one is a nutritional odema. Renal word indicate the kidney, means it affect our kidney. So then when the cardiac muscles present in our heart, not anywhere out of the body, means the cardiac edema affect the heart circulation. Then nutritional edema. So nutritional edema is because of the nutrient deficiency to the specific organ. So these are the main effect of the embolus is edema. The causes of the edema is increase the hydrostatic pressure, reduce the plasma osmotic pressure, lymphatic obstruction, sodium retention, inflammation, and these all are because of the emboli. So these are the all causes of the edema. Then another one is a infraction. Infraction is an area or ischemic necrosis caused by occlusion of either the arterial supply or the venous drainage in a particular tissue. The basis of infraction is obstruction to arterial supply, and second one is a impeded venous drainage. These are the two basic infraction. Then effect of pulmonary emboli. So small emboli may go to unnoticed and lies, may organize and causes some minor reduction in lung function, and if it is a numerous, small emboli can cause the quite marked reduction in lung function over the time, and medium size of emboli can cause the significant acute respiratory and cardiac problem, including the shortness of respiratory and cardiac problem, including the shortness of the breath, and then ultimately the heart failure. And large emboli can cause the sudden death because it totally reduce the blood circulation to the specific organ. So the effect of the embolus is depend on the size of blood vessels, type of organ affected, amount of collateral circulation, and the nature of embolus. So today we finished the definition of embolism, causes of embolism, effect of embolism, and these are the most important circulatory disturbances. And today we finish our topic circulatory disturbances. So I stop here. Thank you.